Adam wanted to get in a non-public before the meeting started so that he doesn't have to do it all night since he gets up early. I mean, a lot of us get up early, but we've done it in the past, so I told him it wouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
You okay with that?
I'll make a motion that we go into executive session.
I make a motion that we go into executive session.
And second that.
Take the vote on it?
Aye.
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 So we can do that in the other room or?
We can go in the other room. Probably easier for some of us to leave than everyone to leave.
So we can stay.
Here's what gravel tax levy we need you this morning. Tax warrant. Thank you. If you could pass those down, those are your bets. Those are Tom's. These are yours. You need to sign on 2 pages. That's for the sweep account. You gotta sign up there. Up where the red X, the red arrow is pointed. received a stray dog cat contract from Riverside Rescue. We've never had one before, but it's up to the select board as to whether you wanna sign that. Basically states that they'll take in and board animals that are picked up. But then it also has some additional verbiage at the bottom you might want to pay attention to. Or fees.
So we have a dog ordinance now, but we haven't had any cases where we've had animals at large.
Correct. And when we do call True Path. So it's a no. We just got a notice from Lofton that in 2025, their rate is going up $40 per site. They haven't increased their rates in 20 years, so they're letting us know a year ahead of time. If you want to read it, you can read it, but that's what it says. Tom?
Yeah.
That's from Kevin.
I'm required to give the select board a copy of this notice of final tax date form I submitted to DTLA. Just confirming when our tax rate was set and when the tax bills were sent out. At the meeting minutes from April 1st. Attached to the meeting minutes is the handout that Kathy Fountain gave us regarding the broadband. Yeah, you received a copy of the meeting.
I thought I did.
Yep, you got a copy of the meeting last, 2 weeks ago.
Have it, I can't remember where I saw it, but is there gonna be a charge for this, for the people?
This is all under the grant funding that, Coas County received for 40 million.
Okay. Yeah, it's,
Is someone got a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting, or?
all of it. Motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second the motion.
All in vote? Aye.
Aye. Tom, are you recording again?
Yes, I am, yeah.
That's all yours, Eric.
This is Elizabeth's. Funded for the broadband.
So, some additional information for all of you. This is regarding, the second page has got the information and minutes that was provided to us by the committee. The top page is, if we go with the postcard, which people were suggesting, to go out to the residents, you each get a sample of a simple basic postcard to go out. Top page shows what the cost of printing up those cards might be, along with what the postage would be, which averages between $300 and $350, based on the number of postcards you'd send out. Estimated to be $575 for the homes in Dalton.
Kathy, do you have a number on how many people from Dalton already signed up for it?
No, I don't have a number. That is,
Is that tracked by anybody?
if, as far as any tracking, that's probably being done with the grouping and CCI as they're receiving it. Our next meeting in regards to all of this is going to be in June. Yes.
On the postcard, is it all right to also tell them that they don't need to contract for service now? Because Spectrum is trying to get people to sign.
Yeah, we can add on that this is, basically, this piece free for everybody to turn around and do pre-registration to make sure fiber optic. They are the only ones putting fiber optic up on the lines at this time through the grant program. And that's not costing anybody for any of that. And the pre-registration is to ensure that it goes from the lines to the home or property. And they are recommending that to help move us ahead.
Right, so I'm just wondering if we need to make it a little bit clearer on.
We can add it.
Maybe.
It's on that aspect would be, what you would recommend for verbiage. This is the basic information.
You'd probably just add it to the back saying we are recommending residents of Dalton to pre-register at no cost or commitment.
Yeah.
Something that simple.
It was really easy to do. I pre-registered.
Yeah.
Very simple. It's like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the providers?
This is under the contract awarded to CCI and Fidium Fiber. They're putting in the fiber optic.
That's who I went to.
The website address is on the postcard for people to use to log into it. The fidiumfiber.com/fiber internet Dalton New Hampshire. And with the latest information in regards to it, they've completed running the fiber in Berlin, Gorham, Randolph, and Shelburne, and they're moving next to Arrow, Milan, and Gemma.
So it seems like a couple things to add would be, I think the suggestion at no cost or commitment is good for them. Front page.
Mm-hmm.
I think also explaining that this runs the fiber optic cable to your house, because I don't think people know that necessarily. That's what pre-registration does.
Yep.
And then I think being really explicit and saying no contract for service, which is kind of a good time.
be added on.
Yeah. You know, I would like to call out spectrum, but that may not be appropriate.
No, it's, you know, in regards to this is basically about us making sure that they're reaching out to who's placing in the fiber optic into the grant program.
Maybe.
And also, I did, send, to Jeanette, I don't know if she had enough time to be able to put together the E911 letter. Did you see that? Yeah.
I saw it quickly.
Okay. And that is, already written out. It just needs to be on the, town's, letterhead. And for the select board to sign, it's authorizing for the E911 data to be given to a specific group that is of the committee that is setting up to ensure that all households are being accounted for with the broadband initiative that's going in place.
On the other hand,
Okay.
If you want to,
I make a motion to move forward with it.
with the changes that Joe have noted.
Yeah, need to change it. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes, this was Warren.
You'll take care of doing that, Ken?
Yeah, yeah.
And then they could just bill the town.
I'll double check on all of that and make sure we've got that all set up.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is Warren.
They're scheduled to, set up on the 25th and start on the 26th. I let Doris know the potential for the library having to be closed, posted it on the website. And I'm just waiting for Skip to get back to me with, final logistics.
How's it gonna affect you when they start working?
They should be able to get everything done in the hallway where I'm at, and then they'll close it off at this door and do the rest of the work. I'm asking them to do the hallway first, then they can close off the gym and the kitchen and work in the gym and the kitchen, and then hopefully we can open the library sooner rather than later. That's the current plan. Just waiting on confirmation from Skip.
how long will the holiday?
I don't know.
Sorry, so you'll be able to be in here, you just won't have to that.
We'll have to have a portion.
Employee retirement?
I haven't gotten anything from NHRS yet. I asked her again today, I haven't gotten a response.
I'm meeting with a fellow Tuesday on that as well. And I will bring it to the board next meeting. Okay.
Shouldn't that meeting actually take place at a select board meeting?
I can ask him if he would come in. He's just gotta give me the logistics at that point of what he can and can't do. It's, financial advisor, Brian Thompson. Actually, I don't, if you wanna get a hold of him, I've already got a time set for 9:30 Tuesday.
can, if you can give me his contact information, send it over to me, please.
It's 603-444-1735.
Building maintenance committee, are they that?
Nope, we don't meet again until the 29th.
Don't picnic area.
I guess on that, some good on the papers. Okay. What I, you guys can, you get two there, actually. You get whatever you gotta do, but that's what I thought anyways. I would have put it in, but I didn't. I'm thinking that probably legal to make sure it's binding.
Yeah, there might be some wording in here that the attorney won't like.
Yeah. I kinda figured that, that's fine, if you could send that off to the, legal and, have them, do whatever for,
I need a motion and a vote for that, please.
So I don't think we wanted to call it a swimming area.
swimming, well, it's picnic too.
Picnic area.
Yeah.
But it's not really a swimming area, we don't want
Used to be, but.
to, did it?
It doesn't matter to me, I don't care, I mean, if it's a picnic area, the kids can play in the water, whatever.
You can do some fishing there too.
There you go. I'll make a motion that, we send that off to legal, accept this and send it off to legal for them to critique it to,
Right wording?
yeah, with the right wording.
I'll second it. Call the roll.
Aye.
He's gonna,
You know, let it,
let it go. Dalton landfill report.
It was submitted. I sent it to Verizon and they submitted it. A copy was sent to Tom for his request and a copy was given to Adam.
Okay. Recess the contract.
We still don't have one. We're getting closer though.
Twenty 2023 audit schedule.
I sent out the preliminary audit for everyone to review, to discuss tonight. Tom asked for printed copies, so there's a copy for Tom.
thank you.
I did make 2 updates to it. Or I had a question regarding debt service, which was answered by Steve, and we updated the date in which the final tax rate was set on page 7. Those were the only comments that I had. I don't know if anyone else had any comments.
Is there any, an upcoming signature for this?
He didn't, well, yes, not on the actual audit, no. I just have to let him know what our comments are so that
It's,
he can make any updates that if they need to be done or changes. We have a letter that needs to be signed.
okay,
Correct.
I'd like to table that till next week so I have more time to look this over because I didn't have enough time. I mean, I did read the other letter and I skimmed through it and I didn't like a lot what I saw. I just want more time. So we can table that to next week.
So you want
Next meeting.
to table the comments, me getting him the final comments on the
Yeah,
preliminary audit?
yeah, that would be.
Okay, can we sign the management letter?
Well, I wanna go over it first and, we'll do it all next week, next meeting.
Okay.
I'll second that. All in vote? Aye. Aye.
You need a vote? Take one?
Oh.
No. So 429.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
You all set?
Yes, thank you.
Transfer station. Revise it. I got some done on it. I talked to, no, is it not Canberra? Canberra, thank you. And I got a report and, we no longer have a. We have a contract. We don't have the same contract anymore. And I found in that too, because of that, the shipping fees every year are going up. But I still need more time as far as going through the other transfer stations to get some, information on bags and whatnot, so.
You're asking Carberry to go?
No, I'm just saying that I talked to them and I had to get stuff to the town for pricing on per bag and demolition and all that.
So what did,
Hopefully I'll have that for next meeting.
A lot of that is on the web pages, but there is, just like it is on ours.
Yeah, okay, well, you guys, if you wanna dig that up, then I would still go see them personally. That way we can compare and go from there.
so what was your meeting at Mount Carberry about?
I just wanted the information on the contract with them and the shipping fees.
Can you provide me with that information?
I'll mail it to, email it to you.
And you'll be at the meeting on the 29th, right, for the building committee?
Don't know that yet. I'm planning on it. It depends on what takes place.
Okay, can you bring me back the information that I gave you for the transfer station, all the financial information I gave you for the transfer station, so I can share it with the committee? Because they're waiting on that. And I just printed stuff as you were standing there asking for it, so I didn't make a copy for myself.
You said you sent to me.
You came in and picked it up.
Yeah, my mind's at it. I'll check. Yes. Thanks.
Thank you.
Make a motion that we get 3 estimates from, different landfills. Turnkey, Casella, Carberry.
So we're going back to the transfer, I'm confused.
For the dumping fees, tipping fees.
Why would we do that at this point? So when we went to Carberry initially, it was cheaper than NTES, but we're also looking at NTES closing, and we wanted to make sure we had another option in place. So why would we change that now? And turnkey is way down in Rochester. So we'd be looking at substantially more transportation costs.
Carberry is not cheaper at this point, at what I was seeing, that's my point. I mean, that's my point, my opinion.
All I'm looking for is 3 bids.
Yeah.
Have you talked to the other landfills to see if Mount Carberry is cheaper?
No, I haven't talked to anybody yet.
Well, I'm just curious how you can make the statement then that Mount Carberry is more expensive.
Well, I'm saying that they're going up from the paperwork I got from the contract. They've gone up from 55 to 70, 75, 78, I forgot now. I'll have to look at it.
Over, I think, a 3 or 4 year period, and I don't think they're at $78 right now.
Anyways, we'll bring the documents in front. I don't think it's, seeing how, Eric brought it up, it's not gonna hurt to have, other,
$72.
landfills come in and give us prices.
So
And with that said too, I mean, I think, if I recall, Casella offered an agreement on the host thing, and I think we should move and relook at that, because it's a no-brainer. I mean, if they're gonna take it over, it wouldn't cost the town anything.
we don't know that. We don't have a,
Well, we
we
won't
don't
know that
have
if
a
we don't.
current host agreement because they haven't refiled their application for the solid waste permit that I know of.
We haven't talked to them, that's why. We can say that, yeah, you're right, if we just sit back and do nothing. But we should at least talk to them and see what they got to offer. That's not gonna hurt. It's the thing about it is, the way I look at it, nobody wants a transfer station anywhere. But the thing about it is, if it's gonna be there, it'd be dumb not to work with them and let the town profit up to have to help this town.
So they said they were going to have a transfer station, that's not in there.
Not transfer, landfill.
Well, right now, there's not any approvals with the state as far as the permits go. So I think it might be a little premature to sit down and try and negotiate terms with them as far as what would happen if and when they come to Dalton.
You have the paperwork on that saying that they don't have any of that in place?
The permits haven't been approved?
Yeah.
Yes, I do, and I believe that you do as well. The letters that were sent to us from NHDES listing all of the deficiencies in their permit applications and the fact that they've not been reviewed because they're incomplete.
I also think on that host agreement that they had prior to, they were gonna do it at a goodwill, to take it over, to show you that they were gonna work with us.
So I don't think we want to go to that host agreement that was 5 years ago. It was a totally different plan. I don't think we really want to start there at all. If you go and read the agreement, I think you don't want, it's a great agreement for Casella, but not for the town. There's some holes in there that are problematic. But I think they don't even have a complete solid waste permit application with DES yet, so what do we have to negotiate? We don't have to do that in terms of a landfill.
Do we have, the old host agreement?
It's only, yeah,
Yeah, I'll look at it and I'll bring it back in to go at.
but I mean, I don't, it's so old, why would we start there?
But my point is, if you don't talk to somebody, you don't know. We're grasping at straws. We don't really know all this stuff. We need to go to the source to talk to them so we know what's going on.
We do know what's going on. They have a bunch of permit applications that have been submitted that are incomplete, that are not being reviewed per DES, and they have so long to respond. And my guess, and I don't know this, but my guess would be with all of the bills that are currently sitting with the Senate and the House regarding putting a moratorium on issuing permits for landfills,
that they're probably waiting to see what happens there prior to spending resources on responding to the letters from DES regarding the outstanding issues on the permit application. I think it's premature. That's my opinion. I'm just contributing to the conversation, but there's no landfill coming to Dalton as of right now. If you said today, where's the landfill going and is it coming? The answer would have to be no, the state hasn't approved it.
I mean, I think at some point, then, yes, it's, you know, if they're further along in the permitting process and there's going to be a landfill, you absolutely should negotiate a host community agreement. I totally agree, it's just.
And John stated that was,
Negotiate now.
when John was here doing his presentation, he stated that was something for legal in Casella to address, that right now there is no host agreement because there's no landfill.
Well, with the board's permission, I'd like to look into it a little bit deeper. And we'll see them personally and what was going on.
Well, if when you're talking, if they're gonna, they should come to talk to the whole board in a public meeting. It shouldn't be one of us going individually.
So start a discussion.
They did come and do a presentation. We haven't heard from them since.
If you think that agreement is too old, bring it up.
My opinion, I don't think it'll be bad if it's a grand process.
Would you like me to reach out to Rebecca and see if they want to come in and talk about it in a meeting?
Yeah, that would be good.
I can do that.
Like you
Of course, you guys need to vote on it first, sorry.
A motion that she calls Rebecca.
said, second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I just wanted 3 bids.
Do you still want me to reach out and get prices from the other? I mean, it's not just pricing we have to look at, we have to look at capacity and other things as well.
One there.
Transportation, I mean, the transportation cost down to turnkey in Rochester is gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
So we have turnkey in Rochester, we have Carberry, which you're getting, or you have, you're going to forward to me, and NCES. Are those the 3? I will reach out.
Thank you.
What was that last one?
NCES in Bethlehem.
And I have to again ask, if they're closing in 2 years, why would we make a change at this point?
New information.
You get locked in.
Well,
If we
we
get
wanna
it wrong
make
now.
sure we have a place. If there's not a landfill in Dalton that goes in 2 years, when NCES closes, we wanna make sure we have a place for our trash to go, which is one of the reasons why the board moved to Carberry.
Right, but it's not gonna hurt to get to the other bids.
It's not gonna hurt to talk, because it's not a finalization, they're talking, so.
Special hazardous day in Lancaster.
Nothing over there.
No date.
Can I make a comment about the metal at the transfer station? I talked to Stockley's in Lisbon, and they said they'd love to talk to us about putting one of their containers here. They can't understand why all metals in Hardwick would do it any cheaper than they could. In other words, they're so much closer to the transportation costs.
Do you have contact information for someone at Stockley's?
Mike,
Not on me.
Mike is
Very
starting.
Lisbon.
Can you send me the information and I'll reach out to them?
Sure.
Thank you. If you want me to.
No, you shouldn't need a motion on that.
Shouldn't, I'm just,
If I may, the town of Whitefield, just left their metal recycling vendor after some 20 years because, I guess it's Northeast Metal Salvage on 116 came to them and had a much better price.
they're
So
new, aren't they?
they are new, yeah,
and I think maybe a couple other towns around.
Apparently it's gotten competitive.
Yeah,
As it should be. Okay, so I will reach out to Stockley and I'll reach out to Northeast Mass.
Ask them how much time they're gonna give us for it. You get that, you know?
Yes, I'm gonna ask them for pricing for what they're gonna give us per ton on metal. Yeah, I'm gonna get a quote, thank you.
Stockley's, their big question was how often does the container get emptied, because volume is important to them. They like a lot of volume.
Sure.
So,
The internet cafe.
I think I just need to get together with Kathy and I need to figure out kind of the logistics and then put it in front of the board for approval so we can make it happen. Just for the layout.
Yeah.
I know that you guys already signed the, approved and signed the proposal from Certified Computers to run data cables. I don't have a ETA on that happening yet, so obviously that's a hold as well.
Would it be cheaper just to get the Wi-Fi extension for the boosters?
The problem is that if you open an internet cafe and then you have all four computers going in, library going in, me going in, someone else in here going, you're not gonna have any.
Slow it down.
Yeah, we have boosters and they work great if you onesie twosie, but if you're gonna have more than that, then it would be difficult.
Grant funding opportunities.
Nothing like that.
The clean diesel grant program, that was for that truck?
Yep.
I would like to, see a copy of that, plus the description of that truck, if I could, if you could send that to me, I'd appreciate it.
Description of what?
The truck
Specifically,
that,
just the truck?
the truck that they were buying,
The truck that Bob already ordered.
yeah. And I will add on that, Adam got that truck running for like $12-15, yeah.
Oh,
So,
it costs more than that. They actually got it running, but they had to bypass a bunch of things in order to do it. It's still safe to run, but it still is not.
Well, the thing about it is, we're not spending hundreds of dollars for another trucker.
It's already done. It was already done. The
Okay.
town already voted on it. It's already done.
I'm not saying about not buying a truck.
Oh, I
I'm
thought that's what
talking
you
about
just said.
the old truck sitting there not working and hiring somebody else to, haul our gravel.
Right.
You know, there's no need of hiring somebody else when we've got our own truck, and I was pretty happy with Adam getting that truck going again.
Clean energy with the interest grant solar.
That's, nope.
Cyber for sewer system.
Nope, that's done. The work's done.
CCIP tech system grant.
That's just grant assistance, grant writing assistance. Haven't used it yet.
I'd like to make a motion to post the position at the highway garage in the Caledonia Democrat and on the town web.
Second that.
Do we want to go with the same position description we used last year?
What's the hiring rate?
I think, didn't they, on that, what we did before, didn't we have it in there, what they were looking to get? Yes. On that, you know, because
I don't wanna,
there's gonna be different people with different qualifications, my point.
No, we told them that the starting salary was a certain dollar amount.
posted it last year, we posted it at 21. And we also need to update the, description because we now offer retirement.
So we don't offer
We don't offer
retirement
yet,
yet.
but
Yeah.
that's going to. I mean, we could say starting salary at 21, or base salary. And then,
Yeah, I guess I put that down as starting and I don't know how you word it, depending on experience, you know, if they know how to run everything, you know.
You don't have to put that in the posting or job description, that's something that you usually would discuss if they interview.
I think, we should, when we do have that, should have Adam here to listen to what they have to say.
He wants to be here.
He wants to be here.
Adam is the interviewer.
Yeah.
that's what we've done in the past, we always had to screen the candidate first, and then he just deliver with his questions.
So you motion, I need a vote, please,
What on that?
or a second first, I guess.
I seconded it.
Aye.
Aye.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah. So this goes back to what Tom mentioned 2 weeks ago. Tom, you've gotten this already. It's my job description. And in the job description, it clearly states in there that I act as the liaison between and establish effective working relationships with and among elected officials, boards, commissions, departments, committees, employees, and the public. And that I do provide information to the board so that they can make decisions. I'm not a decision maker, therefore it removes me from having a conflict of interest. I don't vote, I just provide information.
I think the confusion at the last meeting is that the conflict of interest talks about officials, but Jeanette, in this capacity as the town administrator, she is an employee of the town, she's not an official, but Selectboard officials.
I don't deny any of that. But what I read though is a different story. I need to look into a little bit further and I'll give my opinion on it after the fact.
So we should keep it on the agenda?
Yeah, you can keep, I'll try to get all this stuff done in another 2 weeks. I don't have enough to do yet.
Yes, I am.
Public comments?
Is this, I have something to say about my situation. Is that what we're talking about there? I couldn't hear clearly what was going on there.
Yeah, this is public comment, so
Okay.
what's your last
My
name?
name is Michael Ryan. I'm at 28 Martin Meadow Pond Road. Who was responsible for Martin Meadow Pond Road from the Lancaster Heritage Trail to 142?
We are.
Okay.
So it's not a,
You know, I travel a lot and I see, and I've actually met Lancaster and they turn around. They will not go a foot more. They'll turn around right there and leave. Matter of fact, I think we had one of the trucks.
They plowed that road this whole winter.
Lancaster did?
Yes,
Really?
But I don't know what agreement you have between Lancaster and them. I have no idea about that. The situation there is, the road runs east to west. And the drainage, they have 4 drainage lines, I think 3 or 4 drainage lines that run south to north. And the drainage ditch is on the south side of the road. So the plow has plowed and they've covered up each one of them drain pipes, where the drain pipe doesn't drain the water from south to north. So what's gonna happen there is rainy time, whenever, the water's gonna be coming down that drainage ditch on the south side, and it's gonna take the road out further down towards 142. If somebody has to take a look at that, they'll see what's going on.
Can I have Adam get in touch with you so that you can show him or tell him?
Sure.
Do you want to give me your contact information, or you?
603 259 6144.
I'll send Adam a message and have him get in touch with you.
Okay. You weren't aware that Dalton, that Lancaster plows that road?
I've actually seen, our people in there plowing and they're grading it. I never knew that Lancaster did.
Now, I've been there about 8 years. They've only started doing that the last, I think, around 5 years. Before, Bob used to.
Maybe they
Well-
talked with Bob, because where they turn around is a pain in the neck, and they probably talked to Bob and said, if you don't mind.
Maybe you have an agreement where they're gonna do that, and Dalton does another part for them as a convenience. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I just know that they do plow it. And what they did was they filled in the pipes.
I think it'd be good, Jeanette will have Adam get hold of you, and you guys can talk it out and, get back to us, because I'm sure he'll have it.
Okay. Thank you.
I'd like to bring up the letter that I sent to the Selectboard a couple of weeks back, and just get a response. Did you all read it and see the information that was there? I believe that I'm Michael Trudeau, by the way, 77 Dalton Road. I believe that at the town meeting, we were misled by the town lawyer. She said that DRA required that we vote on the budget before we could bring up any other petition, warrant article, and I talked to DRA directly myself. Jamie Dow said that is not the case. Any citizen or voter in the town can bring up petition articles.
Perhaps there was a misunderstanding when she said that. I wasn't here when Joe Beck started doing it. I just know, since I've been doing it, that when someone tells me the budget warrant article has to be one of the first warrant articles, that's what you're telling me. Now, if you would have said, however, at the meeting, it can be adjusted, then that's different, but that's not what I was told. And I can only tell you what I was told.
Yeah, well,
But I think we can go forward next year and make sure we have clarification at the meeting next year. Right now,
I think it was more
passed and there's
serious.
nothing to do.
It's something more serious than that, because the outcome of a town meeting was changed.
I don't think that you can say that that's definitively true. I mean,
Well,
the
votes were really close.
There was a proposed amendment to the budget, and that proposed amendment failed. And that was done at the time that the budget was being discussed.
Right, but if the petition warrant article that Mr. Sweeney presented had come up first, it could have been approved, and then the budget would have been null and void, because that petition article, warrant article, stated that we would go back to the 955 and that it would supersede the budget.
I would have to go back and look at the order of how the town meeting minutes were, or look at the recording, but I know that the amendment, which basically covered the petition warrant articles that were submitted regarding the budget, were done at the same time. I have to go back and look.
Well, I would like, the select board members, anyone who communicated with Miss Butterfield or you, Jeanette, to provide me with any communication that you had with her prior to town meeting.
That's attorney-client privilege.
It's town meeting, it's town information.
It's town information, what happens at the town meeting, but anything that happened before or after town meeting is attorney-client privilege. The only thing that she got was the petition in order to approve it, just like DRA, who approved it, the order of it and everything. That was all that they got.
There was no other communication that can be provided to me?
No, it's
I'm
attorney-client
gonna check with
privilege.
DRA on that,
That's fine.
because
DRA approved the warrant and the order of all the articles,
No,
just like the attorney did.
I just wanna know if there was any prior to town meeting communication between you and Naomi Butterfield or any of the select board members.
Naomi Butterfield isn't our town attorney, she was filling in for someone else, so, there was no communication with Naomi. You mean, like, trying to plan it, or I'm trying to,
I'd like to know what was in the air ahead of time, or what kind of communication there was. I don't think that's a privileged kind of a piece of information. If she's the attorney for the town, any communication with her by any, either the administrator, which is you, or any of the select board should be available to the public.
that's not true.
Well, I'm gonna find that out.
Thank you. So I'm Wayne Sweeney, 486 Airman Road. I think we can kind of short circuit the discussion here by getting back to Mr. Trudeau's original request, is that Ms. Butterfield be contacted by, I would prefer the select board, and required to produce what rule or law she was referencing at a very critical point in the meeting. And then once that question is answered, we can take it from there.
In my opinion, I believe that, it was, the budget was public knowledge, and I would think that you could know, but I don't know that for a fact, but it's just my opinion. And I did talk to Jimmy Dow as well, and because I remember sitting here and stating that we had to keep, I can't remember it also, it's my opinion. We had to keep number 2 in its place from here, and she said, no, that's not the case. And she did not say anything of the sort. So I don't know, you'll have to dig into it to find out what's what, because I don't know what answer to give on this and how to deal with it. I just know that, it should be laid out, facts, and be done with it.
In order to contact Naomi Butterfield, you need to make a motion from the, yeah, okay.
And it's going to cost the town money, because you have to pay for legal expenses.
Well, if they push us, it could be even more, and it could be even worse. I mean, however you want to deal with it.
Well, I mean, we'll find out. We have a town meeting. The town has voted on the budget, the town voted on an amendment to reduce the budget and voted that amendment down, so I guess I don't see the purpose at this point of
purpose is to follow up with,
How it went.
employed expert of the town to find out whether she gave accurate information at a very critical point in the process. That's the purpose.
And I think it's important to make sure we have clear understanding for next town meeting. I totally agree with that. I don't think it's gonna change anything now, though.
Oh, what do you think?
Well, it's gonna be a continuous argument, wasting time. So I make a motion that we have legal come right here and sit here, and the questions can be asked and be taken care
Do
of.
you realize how much money that's gonna cost for them to come up here and sit during a select board? I mean, you see the bills.
I see the bills and I know what's been going on to a point, so.
Can I make a recommendation that perhaps we review the town meeting video before we contact legal? So everyone to be completely aware of what was said and how it was said and how it went down? Because right now, I think one person's seeing it and the other person's seeing it and the other person's not seeing it. And
I'm going by the really good notes that you posted on the town website.
understood, but
And I quote directly from your notes.
understood. But
And
there was
it's very clear
a
what
page-
went
a
on.
page and a half of that, and I
Yeah.
went back and back and back. and it
That
took
only
almost
goes
2
to show,
business days to do those notes.
that only goes to
So-
show how much time was wasted. There was a page and a half of notes just for that first section, and people got really frustrated with the whole process. And if we had what Wayne had, the petition warrant article that he presented, if that had come first, it would have been done in 1 minute, and we'd have been on to something else.
I'm not
But the whole-
100% sure about that.
But I think the process for adjusting the budget that's proposed is to amend the budget, not to do another petition warrant article. The best way of dealing with that is to, make an amendment at the town meeting on the budget.
We didn't have to make an amendment. If the petition warrant article that Wayne presented had been voted on first, the budget would have been done. We wouldn't have had to talk about the budget.
Yeah, I would like to make a recommendation that what you do, which is the least cost to the town right now, is to reach out to DRA in regards to the rules and guidelines with the warrant articles when they're presented and the other articles that were put forth. They won't charge you for turning around and answering the questions and everything else before anybody goes accusatorially to a law firm and one of their representatives. We'd be walking into a hornet's nest if we're not prepared. So I would recommend going to DRA, since the source of the information seems to be there, get the guidelines that should have been going on, confirm them, and then make a request, written request to the law firm in regards to what was represented. And then, that's a little bit, you get some answers for everybody, but you're not charging a huge fee for the town to pay to have a lawyer sit here before you get some of the initial answers.
You guys fine with that?
I am, and it should be, right in line with what was just said. It should be a very unoffensive thing to ask an expert to cite, in writing, what they were using during the meeting. The actual rule of law, what is it, where is it, they want it. And it won't take them much time, and if they put something in front of us in black and white, that's the rule, and that's the end of it.
I'll get in touch with Jamie if that's what you guys want to do.
Make a motion to get over to the RA instead.
That's who Jamie is.
That's how, you need to have her come up here, is that what we're doing?
No, Jamie, you can just call her. I talked to her also. Yeah, you could do a conference call and then you all get to hear it at once.
Any other comments? Motion to close the meeting then.
Nope.
No?
Nope, you need to, what are we doing with this DRA issue? And we have not covered it today.
Contacting the area, right?
Yes, but there needs to be a motion
I have
and
a
a vote.
motion to.
Yeah, but-
I didn't second it, second.
Mola?
Aye.
Aye.
And we have, one, possibly two legals? One big one?
What are they? About, you don't want to.
I can't tell you that. They're legal, they're not public. I can't tell you that. There's people in here.
They're legal.
That's why they're not public, they're legal.
I didn't know that, I did.
So you need to motion to go.
Motion to go in, non-public.
That's okay.
Okay.
All in favor?
Now I got it.